Hey, beautiful people. I'm here to bring you tip number 2 for optimizing your digestion. And if you haven't been following along, maybe you missed tip number 1, you missed why this is so important. Let me just tell you, because you might be like, optimizing my digestion, why should I give a F about that, right? But this is really important for everyone. If you are on any sort of health journey whatsoever, if you are trying to improve your energy, feel good in your body, if you're trying to lose any kind of weight, if you deal with any kind of digestive upset, upset stomachs, indigestion, acid reflux, heartburn, unhealthy poos, constipation or diarrhea, or like anything uncomfortable, if you feel low energy, if you feel fatigued, if you're getting poor sleep, anything, right? Like if you're having skin issues or headaches or anything, this series is going to be important for you. It's literally important for every single person, right? But especially if you've got those things going on, you're going to want to follow this, okay? And something else I wanted to say really quick before I get into tip number 2 is if you enjoy these videos or are interested in learning this information but have a hard time watching these videos, or know someone who would benefit from this information but doesn't have the time to watch these videos or can't for whatever reason, signing up for my email list is also an option. So I basically cover a lot of the same information in my email list, but obviously it's in written form. So if you can't sit and watch the videos for whatever reason, but you have time to read an email, that might be an option for you. So if you want to subscribe to my email list so you don't miss any of this stuff, just let me know and give me your email address and I'll add you. Okay, so let's get to tip number 2 for optimizing your digestion. And that is take time for gratitude. Take time for gratitude. And you might be like, give me a break with this gratitude crap, right? And I get it, because people be throwing around the word gratitude like it's, I don't know, candy or whatever. But so before you're like, oh, okay, this girl is woo-woo and crazy, and how is gratitude going to help my digestion anyway? Let me tell you in a little bit more of a scientific way how gratitude will help you. Yes, gratitude is helpful when it comes to anything. Showing gratitude is awesome, right? But it goes beyond just I'm thankful for this food. So when you take a couple minutes before you eat to show gratitude for your food, what you're actually doing is giving your body and mind a chance to actually register the fact that you are about to be eating. It gives you a chance to become present that food is in front of you. You smell it, you see it, you think about it, and what that's doing is giving your body time to activate the first phase of digestion, which is the cephalic phase. Okay, there's 4 phases of digestion, and phase number 1 is the cephalic phase. That starts in your head. Right? We're not just starting digestion down here when it's in our tummies, it starts in our head. Okay, cephalic literally means of the head. So the first phase of digestion starts in your head, in your brain, by smelling, thinking, seeing food. Okay? So when you smell the food or even think about food, what happens is your brain fires off all these little signals, okay? So there are all these nerve impulses going on, blah, 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 literally just by thinking of food or smelling it, right? And so all these nerve impulses start going on, and that triggers important hormones being released. Like for instance, gastrin. The hormone gastrin is really important because it actually stimulates movement of the food through your digestive system. Crazy, right? Super important hormone. It's also sending all these nerve impulses all down your vagus nerve and all throughout your body, right? Which is going to stimulate more saliva production, which we know is very important for digestion from tip number 1. And if you missed that video, go back and check it out. Saliva production, increased gastric secretions, and pancreatic secretions. So all these things are super important for helping break down our food every step of the way through all phases of digestion, right? So imagine just knowing that now, like having sort of a better understanding that there is all of that going on. Imagine what happens when we're not present to the fact that we're about to be eating. If we're eating on the go, if we're eating mindlessly, if our plate is put down in front of us and without even thinking about it, we're just scarfing it down, we miss a very important step of the digestive process. Our bodies don't have the time or awareness to signal all of those things to start being produced, start going on, so that digestion is easier. Does that make sense? Hey, thanks for the heart. And if that makes sense, let me know in the comments. So this is your cephalic phase of digestion, right? And so if you're still like, I don't know what this bitch is talking about, I want you to go through a little visualization with me really quick, okay? So close your eyes, close them. Close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that you have a whole lemon in your fridge, a fresh, whole, real lemon in your fridge, okay? Now, picture yourself getting up, go to the fridge, pull out that lemon, right? So now you're holding the lemon in your hand. Now go ahead and get your knife that you use to cut your fruit, right? Cut open that lemon and cut a nice, big, juicy wedge of the lemon. Okay, so now you're holding just a single wedge of lemon in your hands, looking at it, right? Now imagine biting into that lemon. Did your mouth start to salivate? Mine did. So that is the cephalic phase of digestion at work. That is how powerful the mind is as a part of digestion, right? Literally just imagining yourself eating a lemon, your mouth started to salivate, your body started to begin the digestive process, right? And this is why it's also interesting when people try to restrict themselves of food and find themselves always thinking of food. Imagine, right? Like your body is always primed for digestion. I think that's just an interesting little piece to think about. But so just simply thinking of that lemon, biting into that lemon, you started salivating, which means your body produced digestive enzymes, hydrochloric acid, pancreatic secretions, all of these things that make digestion easier, right? So by taking time for gratitude, smelling, looking at it, thinking of it, realizing, oh my God, I'm actually about to eat, you're already making it easier on your body to digest your food, right? And that also means that this doesn't mean you necessarily have to change anything that you're eating, right? Like the past 2 tips don't involve like you can only eat fruits and vegetables for the rest of your life, right? This means chewing and being present in your food. And so that brings me to, what can you do to take time for gratitude? Or what do you do if you're about to eat foods that are less than ideal? If you are on a healthy journey and then you're kind of stuck with no options of healthy meals, and it's like, oh my God, we can get really stressed out if we're about to eat something that's unhealthy, right? And stressing out does the opposite of what you want to be doing for your digestion. When your stress response is on in your body, digestion virtually shuts down, right? So we don't want that. And so taking time for gratitude, no matter what you're eating, can be super powerful for your health and for healthy digestion. So one, if you're religious, you can totally say a prayer or, whatever your normal thing looks like that works, right? Maybe you're not religious and you're like, well, what do I do? And so I've got a couple affirmation examples for you to just think about and try if any of these resonate with you, right? You totally don't have to. You can just look at your food and see it. And without these affirmations, that's cool. But the affirmations are going to be a really powerful piece as well. Okay, so a couple examples, and these come from Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. So these are just a few examples of affirmations you can try before eating. 1, I am grateful to have this wonderful food. Nice and simple, right? 2, I bless this food with love, right? That can be a great one if you're about to eat something that's not healthy. Instead of freaking out about it, I bless this food with love, right? It was probably prepared with love or whatever. It's still gonna taste good. You know, it's food. I'm not starving. I bless this food with love. Release it, right? Super powerful. Or I love selecting foods that are nutritious and delicious. Right? Grateful. And then let's think about how this food, this nutritious food, is going to nourish our very cells. Like, that is powerful, right? Or my body loves the way I choose the perfect foods for every meal. Hello, confidence with choosing foods, confidence with eating, right? Intuitive eating, perhaps. My body loves the way I choose the perfect foods for every meal, right? Doesn't mean it has to be a certain food. It's just perfect for whatever you need in that meal. Holla. And finally, my body heals and strengthens with every bite I take. How perfect is that? Especially if you're trying to heal something. My body heals and strengthens with every bite I take. Just such a good way to get you grounded. Take a moment, take a breath, release any stress, right? So we're not eating in a stressed out state that's going to shut down digestion. We're feeling grateful. We're getting in the rest and digest mode. We're allowing the cephalic phase of digestion time to begin and do everything that it does to prep our bodies, right? And then with doing that, just remember that you are releasing saliva, you're releasing digestive enzymes, you are producing hydrochloric acid, which is super important for the breakdown of food, activation of those important hormones and all of these like digestive pancreatic juices. It's so powerful for your body. So simple, yet so powerful, okay? So that was tip number 2. Take time for gratitude, and let me know if that was helpful to you or surprising to you in any way. Let me know in the comments. All right, I'll see you guys again really soon. Bye.